As a plus size individual who was not always plus size growing up, weight has always been a heavy hitting topic for me, especially when it comes to topic of conversation with people I don't know. Once puberty hit, I had a lot of things that were factors in my weight gain. But now, as a 21-year-old, I realized that being a bit bigger isn't that bad. I actually prefer it to how I looked when I was younger because my friends say I look like I had a bobblehead. And I kind of did. Sorry, younger me. But that is my personal opinion regarding me and only me. But one thing that I have never done is lie about how I got to where I was. If you're going to ask me a question, I'm going to answer it truthfully because I genuinely have nothing to hide. I am a firm believer that if you are doing anything on social media for monetary gain, you have to be honest. Like honesty is the best policy. You have to follow that. And I am even more of a firm believer that if you are rapidly losing weight while also being some kind of influencer when it comes to fitness or health, it is in your best interest to disclose it, especially if you're making money off of something that you are selling. And that is what Janelle did not do. Unfortunately, I was going to mind my business, but y'all made it impossible. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Kyron versus the internet. Before I start, I just want to give a little rundown about who I am. This is my first video, and I kind of hate for this to be my first official video on here, but I mean, I got to get it out somehow, right? So, my name is Kyron Sly. I go by Chris. I am a 21-year-old junior at Benedict College. I'm a studio art major, psychology minor. So, how do those two go together? Well, they do. There's something called art therapy that I'm really interested in, and after graduating, in 2026, I will take a gap year, right? Because I'm tired. I've been in school for almost 16 years straight. So yeah, I need a break. Sorry. But yeah, after my gap year and after I get a job and all of that, I'm going to go for my master's degree in studio art with a minor in psychology. And then I will be going into getting certified in art therapy. And my hope is to go into maybe a elementary school and work or have my own practice with other people who also want to be art therapists because there aren't that many in South Carolina, which is kind of sad because why not? I feel like we need it the most because look at us. Look at us. Look. Anyway. So yeah, I kind of hate for this to be my first official video here, but it's kind of on brand because I always have a lot of things to say about things that have nothing to do with me, whether it's with my friends at school, on the phone with my mom in the middle of the night, or just myself. I gotta get it out one way or another. And I know that you do too. So why not just put it out for others to get it out with me? Thus, Kyron versus the internet began. I want to make this very clear that I am in no way bashing Janelle as a person. She's a human being, as she has stated multiple times. However, I am directing this commentary that I have to her semi fatal mistake, and giving advice on what could have been done and how this could have been avoided, and also giving advice to others who may be wanting to become influencers or health influencers or something like that down the line. But first, if you're like me, you did not know who Janelle Rohner was. So, who is Janelle Rohner? Janelle is a TikToker and a YouTuber who mainly focuses on health and healthy weight loss and fitness to tie into it. She used to be more of a keto influencer. I know that she got really popular during COVID, especially 2020 and 2021. That's when I found her. I didn't know it was her, but if you remember the lady who was eating those bell peppers and putting like cottage cheese or sour cream on it or whatever, that was her. Okay, that was her. So those were her. She used to do keto meals. She's a nurse, so she would talk about what she was eating for lunch, what she was having for dinner. And yeah, but she actually stopped doing keto about 3 years ago. So now she's more on the macro based meals. She calls herself a certified macro coach. I think that's what it says. Um, so yeah, right now she's doing more macro based meal plans, workouts, and tips on how to lose weight She has a website for that, also a little coaching plan, but we'll get into that later. My friends know how I feel about corsets. They know how I feel about it. She also has about 5.3 at the time of me filming it, right? She has about 5.3 million followers on TikTok alone and about 69.3 thousand subscribers on YouTube. And so she almost has 6 million supporters across the board. I have not checked her Instagram because I know she has an Instagram, but across the board, she's almost got 6 million followers. So that's pretty good. That's pretty great for her. So, like I said earlier, I did not know. I didn't know that it was her that I have been looking at. I used to really love her grocery hauls and just seeing what she would eat because during COVID, I had nothing else to do. I was virtual for my junior year of high school, so I was indoors on the computer typing. So yeah, so when I was not doing that, right? Because once I was off the Zoom call, I didn't have anything else to do. So I would go on TikTok, and she would pop up. And obviously, a lot of us didn't have anything to do because those were her most viral videos. So but I'm going to put some videos in here that will hopefully jog all of our memories because when I first saw this whole scandal, I didn't know it was her. I didn't know.
Keto grocery haul. Let me show you what I got. Thin sliced chicken breast, ground turkey. I just prefer this over beef. Oven roasted turkey breast, cucumbers, a head of lettuce, tomatoes. Are these not the biggest tomatoes you've ever seen? Bell peppers, low carb tortillas, baby carrots, Greek yogurt. These are really more low carb, but I really like them. Cheese, feta, sour cream, Greek yogurt, some dairy-free half and half, cake batter extract, because why not? Chipotle mustard, dill mustard, and coffee. A witch's brew vodka spritzer. Let me show you how to make it. I added some monk fruit sweetener to the bowl, and I'm gonna add in some Halloween sprinkles. With your lime wedge, go around the rim of the glass, and then dip that in your sugar and sprinkle mixture. How cute. And then you're gonna carefully add your ice into the glass. 2 ounces of vodka, maybe just a little splash more. And then I'm gonna go in with the black raspberry ice, 0 calories, 0 carbs. How cute is that?
Now, I did not put these videos in here to talk about her weight. I know that she looks different, but guess what? It's been, 4 years, almost 5 years since those videos have been posted. So, of course, she looks different. Okay. I simply wanted people who are like me, who didn't know that we have watched her before, to have a reference to use later down the line. Okay. Okay, great. Moving on. Now that we know who she is, let's get into the whole GLP-1 scandal that she's a part of. People started looking at her account and looking at her weight loss because it was quite noticeable and kind of raised a brow to it because it was quite speedy. Quite the pace was picking up, right? And I was just scrolling through her page and it was quite noticeable, but like I said, it wasn't I'd never kept up with her like that, so it wasn't really something that I was genuinely worried about or had like a qualm with. I just thought that it was tied to her weight loss program that she's been promoting in her bio and on her account. I thought maybe she had maybe a personal trainer. She posts her workouts and they're free workouts. So I was like, okay, maybe she's been doing that. So I just thought that was how that was going on. However, people in the comments started asking if she was on Ozempic, if she was taking anything, and she kind of danced around it for a couple months. By a couple months, I mean almost a year. Okay. So there is a video about this on her TikTok, but the audio is now gone. I'm going to post a picture of the actual cover of the video because there are subtitles. I don't know how TikTok does with the audio if they take it away and then give it back or something like that, but it does have subtitles if you want to read through it. It's not very long, but if you don't read it, it's okay. But essentially, she was saying that she had made a video about the whole thing that was now on her YouTube. So I have the video. I have not watched it. I haven't. So we're gonna watch it together because I want to pretend that we're in a little sit down thing. So I wanted to give my opinion in real time. I did because that's the best thing for me to do.
Hi guys, it's Janelle. This is a very hard video for me to record. This is a little different than the content that I share, but I want to have a real, honest conversation. If you've been following me for a while, you know I've tried it all: keto, macros, workouts, lifestyle shifts, and I have always shared what's worked and what hasn't. Lately, I've been getting a lot of questions about how I'm feeling, what's new, what's changed, and I don't want to avoid it. So here goes. Yes, over the last year, I have decided to make some new choices in my health. I started working with a doctor, and we did decide to add a GLP-1 to my plan. GLP-1s are not magic. They don't change your lifestyle overnight. It's just a tool to help. I still had to show up for my meals, track my macros, drink my water, go on walks, do my workouts, everything that I already teach and believe in. It just helped me regain a sense of control. And it's something that I don't want to be ashamed of. And I don't think other women or men who are using this tool should feel ashamed either. Because if there's a tool out there that can help with your mental and physical health, you deserve to explore that without feeling guilty or ashamed. After a few months, I had lost the stubborn 10 to 15 pounds. I was happy. I switched to microdosing for maintenance, and I would maybe, do a microdose once a month. I also paired those new lifestyle changes with something that was a real game changer for me, and I started seeing a therapist regularly. When I started posting back on TikTok in 2020, I never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be where I am now. And with that came so many amazing opportunities, and I am so incredibly, deeply grateful and blessed for the community that I have and the support that I have. But I'll be honest, that opened the door for a lot of criticism. I never imagined my life would be under a microscope and that I would have comments and questions and judgments about everything that I was doing. I'm not perfect, and I've never claimed to be. I did share a few years ago that I had been struggling with my mental health, and this is something that was very new for me. I've never, had these challenges in my life before, so I did feel a little lost. It was just something that I had to learn to navigate through. So I started seeing a therapist regularly, and after talking with her, we decided to try a medication. I was having a lot of anxiety, some depression, some ADHD symptoms that were really affecting my life. And when I started that medication, I lost an additional 15 pounds, which was completely unexpected. I struggled to share this because these were deep things that I was working through and struggling with therapy, with my doctors. But the reason that I'm sharing it now is because I always promised I'd be real with you guys. And I'm proud of how far I've come. And most importantly, I'm proud that I asked for help. I'm proud that I was feeling a kind of way that I did not know how to navigate. And I reached out to a doctor and I reached out to a therapist. And it's okay to ask for help. So whether you're just starting out or on your 10th restart, know this, that you can get there. Your path might look different than mine, and that's totally okay. If you're curious about GLP-1s, about macros, about workouts, lifting weights, I'm here, and I'm going to continue to show up and share my story and share my life and what I've learned. And above all, I want this to be a space where we can talk about the whole story, not just the highlight reel. But I'm going to be totally honest. If this video is not for you and you feel like leaving a hurtful, hateful comment, please don't. I'm not really in any space to handle that. This is just me being honest and telling my story. So if this video is not for you, please just scroll on by. So thank you for being here and giving me the space to grow emotionally, mentally, physically. So if this resonates with you, please share it. If you have a question, drop it below.
I have many questions, actually. I have many questions. This is my first time watching this, so I had no idea what to expect. But my one thing that I'm okay with her telling her story. Okay. The story is not what I am mad about per se. GLP-1s are, like she said, they're not a fix it all thing. They are supposed to be used as tools and not to be completely relied on. And I think that's what people forget when it comes to people being, oh, you have an Ozempic body and Ozempic face. Okay, but some people don't use it how it's intended to. I do believe that maybe she did use it as it was intended to, as a tool, and she said out of her own mouth that she's been microdosing it after she lost what she wanted to, and the additional weight came from her antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, whatever she was taking. And I have had that happen to me as well. I used to be on one of the antidepressants, and I lost at least 15 pounds, and because it's an appetite suppressant. That's probably what I'm not saying that's what happened, but that is most likely a side effect that she was having, and it's not something that was told to me. I had to look it up myself, and that's probably what happened. But one thing I am not really sure about is why she would post a video and then say, please don't, um no mean comments, right? No mean hateful comments. Then don't post the video. You could have made like an Instagram post, a TikTok post. I know that you could turn comments off. I don't even know if you did that. A picture post and turn off the comments. You could. I know you can turn off the comments on TikTok and do that. You could, if you didn't want criticism, and I understand that just wanting to post something and get it out there and not have to worry about the haters and whatnot, but you can't say that and then expect people to follow it, because there are trolls out here. There are people who do not care about what you have to say. They're just gonna do it. But for something like this, you have to understand that there is going to be criticism. You call yourself a certified macro coach. So you are teaching people, you are giving people advice, you are having people pay to follow workout plans, to learn what kind of food they should be able to eat. And we're going to get into that later. But if you have something that you are getting monetary gain from, it's not something that is just going to be swept under the rug. If people have paid you and then they see this video, they're going to be very upset. They're gonna be upset. They're gonna be like, "What am I paying you for?" If the results are not going to be what you look like what's going on. And I understand people don't lose weight the same. Don't People don't carry weight the same. I carry weight very differently than my friends, and we're all around the same weight range. So it's like I understand that, but also if you're saying that you're following your own plan, you are the brand of your plan. And for this to have happened and you just to say, I didn't want any mean comments. I know, I'm sorry. But just no mean comments. I'm not in a good headspace. You should not have posted this video at this time. You should not have. Maybe a picture post, maybe a text post, something, but not a video. Videos are for when you are mentally prepared, you are okay with the situation, you have let it simmer some, and then you post a video, and then you can leave and be content with what you put out there. It's not a video should not be, oh, I'm really depressed, let me make a video about it. No, that's not what it should have been. That's not what this should have been at all. So after putting out this video, this was posted, I believe, on April 23rd. After putting this video out, she had a lot of backlash from it on both TikTok, YouTube. I don't have her Instagram, so I haven't checked it, to be honest. But I know from those two platforms, which I assume are her biggest platforms, she had she had a lot of backlash for both of those. And she did make another TikTok regarding it, kind of like a secondary admission. So we're going to watch that together as well.
Okay, I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm just trying to do the right thing, and I'm trying to be honest now. I could have kept this a secret. I could have gone on for years and not told, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that influencer. I haven't done a shred class since last year because I just didn't feel right about doing it. I'm just a person, a mom, a wife, a nurse, and I'm trying to balance my personal life and my social media life. And sometimes it just gets hard. And the internet is such a scary place to be open and vulnerable. And I don't know, I'm just trying to do the right thing. I don't know. I still wholeheartedly believe in tracking macros and the workouts that I do and my classes. I did not take a GLP-1 because I don't believe in my classes and macros wasn't working. I did it for other personal and health reasons to use as a tool to hit my goals. And if people felt deceived by that, I really, truly am sorry. And I am willing to do a refund for anybody who bought a class in the last 11 months. And then going forward, here's the facts. I track macros. I work out a lot. I believe in high protein. I believe in moving your body. And I also use a microdose of GLP-1, maybe once a month. And I am in therapy and I take an anti-anxiety, antidepressant medication, which has also helped me lose weight. So there's the facts. If you want to stay here and follow my journey and support me, I love you. Thank you. If my page is not for you, I also understand that. I'm just trying to do what I think is right here.
So after watching that TikTok, it I she keeps saying I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to do the right thing. But you waited 11 months cuz she said I will be giving I am open to giving refunds to people who have bought the course in these past 11 months. Okay, so that means that you've been using the GLP for at least 11 months. So you almost went a year without telling not only your fans but your clientele that you have been using this and have had a tool to help you lose weight. And I don't think that she realizes the problem that is going on here. I just think I think that she believes that people are just bashing her as a person, which is not what people are trying to do. I feel definitely I am not trying to bash her as a person. Like I said at the beginning, I am bashing her choice in keeping this a secret for so long. And she even said, I could have continued to keep it a secret. You shouldn't be thinking like that. If you were really trying to do the right thing as a content creator and a business person, because I know she also has a job as a nurse, so you continue to work in healthcare, even if you're not selling the courses anymore, you should be you should want to be honest. That should be the one thing that you do is be honest with your clients and your fan base, is be honest about what is going on. I'm not saying you need to tell everybody everything, but when it comes to selling a course like this for this amount of money that we're about to get into, um it's you got to. I'm sorry. I know she talked about this a little bit in her video, but I just want to talk about what a GLP-1 is for people who do not know. GLP-1 stands for, it's going to be hard for me to say it because I don't know if you can tell, but I got a list, so I'm sorry. Glucagon like peptide 1. So that is basically drugs for like diabetes management that have a weight loss side effect. It's an umbrella term for drugs like Ozempic and Zepbound and those kinds of things. They can be taken as injections or tablets, and they are to be prescribed by a doctor. A doctor. You should not just have this. Okay? A doctor has to say, go ahead, take it. Take it. Oh, there you go. Go ahead, take it. Take it. Yep. But it's FDA approved. It's clear. All right. It's not going to kill you. All right. I know that Janelle talked about just using it as a tool instead of a fix it all thing, which is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be done. But that's not the issue for me. My issue is not being truthful about it. Several months, uh, at least 11 months, almost a year. Okay, that's the issue that I have. But the thing about a GLP-1 and really any weight loss drug that you people are taking should not be a fix it all thing. You have to continuously keep up with it. And I know she said now she's gone down to just using the microdose like once a month to maintain her her look and her effect. That's fine. But these drugs, have a lot of side effects. A lot of these are very risky. And while taking this and putting on a facade while promoting your own brand is kind of shady. Not even kinda. It's shady. I'm sorry. I had to say it. Somebody had to. Somebody had to. Especially when we go into this website. This website, we're gonna. Girl, I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, so this is the video that I took from her link in her bio about a couple days ago when I was working on getting this video. So Macros 101, experience food freedom and change your life. Ready to purchase? Scroll all the way down. So this is basically just like what we see with typical courses. My new Macros 101 course is now available for purchase. This will be a one-time purchase and you will understand everything you need to know as a beginner, counting their macros. And that is what she says. She continues to count her macros, stuff like that. That's not the problem, right? Let's see. This course is focused on your nutrition and no exercise is required to lose weight, but it is encouraged for your mental and overall health. So Macro 101, a macro class for beginners. So let's see if we can. There was, okay, so I think it's about 5 lessons. Yes, 5 lessons. So proteins, fats, and carbs. We'll dive down to what a protein, fat, and carb is. Food scale, my fitness pal, calculating macros, and reverse dieting. This is technically not a diet or a weight loss fat loss phase. This phase will help rebuild your metabolism if you've been chronically undereating, or this is a route that you take out of the deficit to maintenance. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I guess maybe it's because I'm just not a health fanatic. Okay, additional support, ending the class with important reminders, workouts I recommend, and access to an additional support group only available to those who have taken the class. Okay, so beginner guide to macros. Here's what's included: intro, 5 lessons, and outro lessons. Lose, gain, or maintain weight. Macro worksheet, 3 day sample. Food list, access to free private Facebook group chat, and pre-recorded class that you can work at your own pace. Now, it says buy now, instant access. I'm going to pull this up so you can see how much it is. The one-time payment of $200, no refunds, final sale.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And I'm not negating the fact that this is worth $200. Okay, I don't know I'm not a health person. Okay, I don't know how much it is to put all this in a course. I'm just saying it's $200. So people have been buying this for $200. And for 11 months, they have been seeing your weight loss and thinking to themselves, okay, if I buy this is what is going to happen. Is going, this is going to be my, what's the word? Process, right? No, unfortunately not, love. Unfortunately not. She has this website. Number 1. She's taking this drug. Number 2. She's not saying anything. What is the most logical problem that was probably happening? People thought that her results, which is coming from her program alone, that is a no. That is not what we want. That's what it's about for me. When it comes to charging $200 for a course, it's imperative that you are super duper careful with what you put out and what you do to your body. Because guess what? You are your brand. When you talk about your course, people are going to say, she does look good. That course might be working. Or if you're not doing your course, but you're still promoting it, people are gonna look at you like, why are you telling me that I should do it? And you're not following it. Clearly you don't believe in it. You are your brand, you are your representation of your plan 24/7. You should want to be careful with this kind of stuff. I'm not mad at the fact that she used a GLP-1. That's fine. Do what you need to do. But you have to disclose it. You have to realize that you just can't say, "Oh, I used it. I'm trying to do the right thing by telling you guys." Anyway, because that's basically what she's doing. And I get it. Some people think that they can say, "Yeah, I used a GLP-1 for 11 months while selling my course." While personally, nothing was wrong. Anyway, and think you can get away with it. No, from my knowledge, people who are on a GLP-1 don't stay on it for long because they're not. It's not supposed to. That's not what it's supposed to be done. And they already have a bad rep for being on it in the first place, and it's expensive. It's not just like, oh, $20 a month, $30 a month. Expensive. Ozempic without insurance, almost $1,400 per injection, and that's only for 1 month supply. Like, girl, be for real. Be be for real. I want. Oh my god, I just need for people. If people are just honest from the beginning, if she had just said, guys, I'm thinking about getting on a GLP-1. I've been thinking about this for a really long time. Me and my doctor have been talking about it. I've gone to therapy. I think this is best for me, right? And really, you could have implemented it in your course. We're going to talk about that in a little bit because someone else also said the same thing. But there were so many different things you could have done, babe. So many other things. Woosah. Okay. I want to put some people who are from TikTok who are also a bit upset about this, who have voiced their opinions, and just let them say their piece, right? Their pages will be in the description. Yeah.
Can we bring back embarrassment? Because why did I just look at Janelle's TikTok and she's posting like everything is normal? You literally went on your fitness related page. Like, it would be one thing if her entire account was about fashion or family. Her entire online presence is centered around fitness and weight loss. And she is selling a program to people under the guise that she did those exact things to get to where she is, even though the main reason she lost all of that weight is because she had help from a GLP-1. There is nothing wrong with that, but you have to disclose that. You're so weird. You should be so embarrassed. Why did I just see her like shopping at TJ Maxx? You should be embarrassed. And I was a follower of hers for a very, very long time. I really liked her videos. I unfollowed her because, like, when you're dishonest like that, you're done. Like, that is so strange. And I don't know how she is not humiliated, because she should be. She should be humiliated because she more or less lied to her followers. Like, yeah, she didn't directly lie, but it was very misleading, and it was all for $1. She had to afford that GLP-1. I don't know. Embarrassing.
This is the greatest lesson you will ever learn being a content creator, an influencer, whatever you want to call it. Do not lie to your audience, especially when you have over 5 million followers. That shit was probably the most diabolical, biggest L I have ever seen from a content creator ever. Lying about being on a GLP-1 medication for almost a year while you are getting called out on every single one of your posts about it, while also selling a $200 fitness program, macro counting course, whatever it may be, is insane. Your job as a content creator is the number one thing is to get people to like you, know you, and trust you. People from here on out are never, ever, ever going to trust her ever again. Ever. Not going to click her links, not going to buy from her. They're not going to try. If she has a brand deal, they won't believe that she uses the actual product or whatever it is that she's promoting. And the saddest thing about this whole situation is that as someone who is on a GLP-1, and I'm on a break right now, but I am on a GLP-1, I will be getting back on it next month, is that she had this amazing opportunity. She built a huge following over the last 4 years. She had an incredible opportunity to be like, hey, you guys, I created this macro counting fitness program, whatever the hell it includes, and I'm also on a GLP-1. So if you also are on a GLP-1, or you want to be on a GLP-1, or you're looking for a way to lose the weight and keep it off, we're gonna be doing this program and the GLP-1. And once we lose the weight using my program and the GLP-1, eventually you want to get off the medication, but now you have the tools and the resources to keep the weight off. That would have been the most brilliant marketing move ever. Because you have people that know you, like you, trust you, are on a journey with you, losing weight with you, you're improving their life. And then you get to help them get off of a medication that's very expensive. And they get to maintain that weight loss. And now they would run to you and come to you with anything, because I am sure that her program actually is pretty good. I've followed her back in like 2022. I don't follow her anymore. I stopped following her a long time ago. But that amount of trust and support would have taken her leaps and bounds, and she quite literally shot herself in the foot. So take this as a very big lesson. It is so important to be honest and transparent with your audience, however you want to show up on this app, whatever you want to do. But like, I'm going to Turkey next week for a mommy makeover. What if I just disappeared off of the face of social media and you're like, where you been? And I just came back and I had like new titties. You'd be like, girl, you look a little different. You look a little fuller up there. And I'm like, oh yeah, haha. Like, who cares? I would rather tell you. I would rather take you with me. I would rather share the experience with you. I would rather y'all be involved because I love you. My community means everything to me. That's why I also respond to like millions of comments as much as I humanly possibly can, because it matters. I take the time out to build a relationship with my community because it matters, because this is a long-term game and I want to see myself grow and evolve with my audience that has seen me from this chapter of my life to the next chapter of my life and the chapter after that. That takes transparency. That takes honesty. That takes balls, honestly. Like, it's not easy to air your dirty laundry. I get that. But at the same time, what is it all for then? Because everyone on this app is craving connection and craving realness. And when you cannot be any of those, what the fuck value do you offer to anybody? So take that as your lesson. Thank God she didn't quit her day job, because she's gonna need it. Okay, love you guys.
Some of my thoughts on this whole matter is the only thing that I am truly upset about, and I think what a lot of other people are upset about as well, is the fact that she kept this a secret while also using her brand, her followers, her website to be able to make money off of people while knowing that she was not being fully transparent in what she was doing. I think a lot of her supporters are feeling that we are just yelling at her just to yell at her, when that's not what we're doing. I am more so worried about her clientele, who were the people that she had managed to sell this course to for $200 and who were kind of relying on her for their progress. And it's hard, especially for me, when I see individuals who, like celebrities who are on Ozempic or on some kind of weight loss program, or weight loss medication, and they don't disclose that. But it's different from them just being a celebrity, and if they were a celebrity and a fitness person, someone who's it's their job, like maybe they're a gym trainer, or maybe they have something to do with health. That's what's different for me. That's the problem here. And I think that people, that train is very rude. I think that people aren't necessarily grasping that for some reason. I'm not upset at her for using a GLP. Let's get that straight. Okay, I'm not upset at her for using a GLP. That has nothing to do with me. What does have to do with me as a client, as someone watching, as a potential fan, you lied to me, and you said it out of your mouth that I could have kept lying. I could have kept this a secret. You shouldn't want to keep it a secret. You should have been transparent from the get-go. You should have been wanted to be transparent from the get-go. And like the last lady said, you could have implemented this into your course, your program. You could have had a section for, GLP maintenance, GLP help, and had some resources or something to tie it in while you were using this, just so it wouldn't seem like you were lying to us, bold-faced lying, like you did for 11 months. That's my thing. I'm not bashing her as a person. Okay, we are humans. We make mistakes. Unfortunately, this was a very big mistake on her part, but I want it to be crystal clear. Crystal clear. I am judging her actions, not her as a person. But I definitely feel that she used this her admission videos to kind of make herself feel better. I know she talked about she was in therapy, and it seems like in these videos, I don't know if it's an act or whatever it is, but it seems like in this video that she's remorseful, but it doesn't feel as if it's fully toward us as an audience. It feels like it's mainly towards herself and then the audience as a secondary thing, which I don't know if it is. That's just how I feel. That's how I am seeing it. But I think that what she's doing and what she should not be doing is using this as a way to make her feel better. These kinds of things, these kinds of scandals that happen, you should not want to make an apology video to make yourself feel better. You should want to make an apology video for the people that who put their trust in you, put their faith in you, trusted you to give them advice, and you broke their trust. And unfortunately, that's going to be really hard for you to get back. But a lot of her supporters are still standing by her. They're still supporting her regardless of what is going on. And I wish I was able to have a fan base that was as tight knit as hers. But you know what? That's okay. Maybe that's just my opinion. Okay, that's all this is. An opinion based video, opinion based channel. That's all this is. So please let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. Are you mad at her? Mad at the situation? Because there's a difference. Let's be clear. Crystal clear, there's a difference. Okay. If you made it this far, please say hi in the comments. This is my first video, excuse me. So please let me know how you think I did. Be sure to like if you'd like and hit the big subscriber button that used to be red, but it isn't anymore. Maybe that's a sign that I'm getting old now. But make sure to hit the subscribe button if you like, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.